Welcome, everyone, to episode 1 of our Let's Play series on Dominions 4 Thrones of Ascension, the multiplayer series, 7-person free-for-all. So if you've missed it before, if you don't know what's going on, you might take a look at the Pretender creation video, which was the previous video to this, or you might also take a look at the announcement video. And feel free, this is a 7-person free-for-all, as I mentioned, so feel free to check out the perspectives of any of the other nations. I'll have a link to their channels in the description below. Now, joining me, as always, my council, my team, is I Seen You Before and Sam. You guys want to just say hello?
Hello, this is I Seen You Before, helping Torchga, and I am joined by Sam. How are you,
Hello.
Sam?
Too late. Oh, okay, hello.
Very good. So this is our first turn. We just did this turn, but I messed up the recording, so we're going to take 2, so we know exactly what we want to do. But here we are in the map of Parganos or Parthenos. I forget the name of this one. What is it?
Parganos, I think.
Parganos. Okay. So we have this wraparound map. So this has always been one of my problems with this map, is that the wraparound. I mean, this is just a game design bug. I think that it should probably not tile multiple times, but it will. It just makes it, I think, a little bit difficult to understand where exactly you are. Oops,
Yeah,
looks like we just did to send somebody somewhere I didn't want to do. Yeah.
Yeah, just for these maps, just kind of zoom in. You gotta zoom
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, just so we have to do our own tiling. But as a reminder, this is the wraparound map, and I have to say I'm in love with our position. I've done several random starts on this map just to get a feel for, just playing on this map, and this is probably the best one I've ever gotten. So thank you to Llama Server for that. Let's see. We have a good access to resources. I guess the one thing is we're a little bit light on income, but with our massive emphasis on income based on our what are these scales? We have order 3, productivity 2, and growth 2, so we're almost maxed out in terms of income. So, okay, so yeah, let's, I guess, take a look at our recruiting options for the first turn. Damn it. So I guess it's just showing me already, I guess, because I have already done the turn. That's right. That it's showing us what I already did. Yeah, so that's fine. I guess this is going to make this first turn very quick. And we probably won't have this done in the future episodes, but I guess it makes sense. The first turn is kind of an easy one. Let's just talk about the decisions here. I don't know. There's no trick to this, right? Uba for research, and then we want Bakemono, as many as we can get, but also I was kind of insisting on using up as many resources as possible, so we got 2 Bakemono.
Yep, there's not a lot of subtlety here. We just wanted a lot of bodies that were hard to kill out on the field.
Mm-hmm.
And all Bakemonos complement that role pretty well due to their really high HP as well as high morale, which means even though they're losing limbs and their friends are dying, they won't get scared that easily.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. We were looking at them. They're almost better than the Bakemono. They have slightly higher morale, more hit points, but just not as good at protection, right?
And
Good as
a
protection, magic resist.
Oh yeah, magic resist is right. That's their main weakness. Okay.
Yeah.
So we basically just maxed out all the money we could, all the gold we could, and taking advantage of a few resources for these Bakemono. I don't know, there's not really much to say. Then for our turn, we're making a profit. I've renamed this individual. Just for the first one, I'm going to keep this one as myself because, unfortunately, as Sean pointed out, you cannot rename a prophet after he's become a prophet. So, but that does segue me into something I wanted to say. If you're interested in leaving, or if you want to be part of the game, if you want your name in the game, go ahead and leave a comment with the name you desire to have. Like, this is one I made up, Tortgeda Shongen. It's supposed to be a play off of Takeda Shingen. I'm not sure if that'll be that'll probably fly over a lot of people's heads, but it was Sam who actually brought this person's name to my attention anyway, so thank you, Sam. But if you want your name in the game, just write it in the comments below. And I would really prefer, just as always, just like with our Rule of Waves series, that we keep things somewhat thematic. So I don't want like Poopy Butt McGee 5959. That's not a good name to put into the game. Maybe it would be better if you have even just translate anything into Spanish using Google Japanese using I don't know where Spanish came from.
The Spanish samurais.
Yeah, well, we can roleplay something, but yeah, please just translate it into Japanese if you aren't sure what to do, because then it'll sound fine. And then that's the only restriction I have on the names. Let's see. So I guess we actually have to move our guy and we're going to move him down this way. I guess, Sean, do you want to explain why we're doing that? Because that'll give me a moment to take a drink.
Oh, definitely. So, due to the simple fact that as we were conquering the other provinces at the northeast and the northwest, due to them being mountain provinces, we'll be able to recruit the Bakemono scouts from them due to them being foreign recruitable. So since we're able to recruit scouts in those provinces eventually, we're sending our scout southeast towards the peninsula, the little landlocked province. So not only we can scout, but then when we recruit other scouts both to the northeast and northwest, we'll be able to go in their respective direction. That will permit us to cover way more ground for the meantime.
Perfect, thank you. That was way better explained than I could have done. So a double bonus. But the first turn is very basic. It's very simple. Am I missing anything? Oh, I guess messages. So I am also going to send off a message, or I already have sent off a message. I guess we can read it. Nope, I didn't send it in this version. Oh, I did. Yes, okay.
Right click.
There it is. That is the message. You can read it if you want. I guess I'll read it. The Bakemono have overthrown our Oni masters. All hail Tortuga-san. This is my pretender's name. Revered pretender to the Thrones of Ascension, we shall settle our lands and seek peace with our peaceful neighbors. A good sword is the one left in its scabbard. All glory to the name of Tortuga-san. So I'm trying to keep things nice and role-playing. We don't know how they'll respond or how people are going to treat this game, but that's my impression of this game, is that we're here to have fun, to really role-play a bit, to get into our nations a little bit more than maybe your average gamer. So we'll just have some fun with it. But that's it, I guess. Is there anything I'm missing, Sean or Sam?
I think you forgot to tell that we actually have a lot of good resources provinces all around us.
Oh, this is a good point. Yeah. So one of the best things about this start is I have done several random starts, and I've never gotten 7 adjacent provinces. And the more adjacent provinces, the better, right? Because every province can lend 30% of its resources, 40% of its resources to the fort, right?
Definitely.
So,
And
yeah, go ahead, Sean.
one additional fact is that because they are forests as well as mountains, they boost the resources even further.
Yeah, on the bottom you can see good resources, and then also mountains, excellent resources. So that'll be very good, which is going to influence where we're going to expand. But we're not going to expand anywhere with just this very meager beginning army. We're going to leave them home. Our Torqueda is becoming a prophet anyway, so he's not going to be able to go anywhere. Yeah, I think that this is basically just a very simple turn 1 for us. So, okay, well, I guess this is such a short video, we'll probably just cut here, and I'll come back when we have turn 2. We'll process that before we end the first video. Anything else on turn 1 before I cut this one off?
No, I think we're all good.
Okay, very good. All right, then. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you back in a second. It'll be a day or so for us, but until then, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for turn 2. Welcome back. I guess there is not a new video, so this is just the second part of video 1. We are now jumping into the multiplayer turn 2. So we're going to play Shinuyama, and as you can see, this one is not, wow, nice and brand new. Looks like there's a lot of messages to read. If you are not interested in this, you might skip forward until this red screen is gone, but I'm actually going to go through these because I find it interesting to read the messages, and let's just try to get involved in the world. So, Man, who is Das Tactic, has said, Greetings, demon. The living and the dead will soon fight for control of this world. The knights of man stand on the side of the living. Are you with us or against us? The knights of the Grail. So we will have to respond to man, and it's kind of a strange situation. Shinuyama has, we were discussing this a lot. Sean, Sam, and I, especially Sam and I. What is Shinuyama? Are they good? Are they bad? Can we role play them as not being so evil? Because I kind of like the honor, feudal Japan type spin on them more than I like the goblin spin, which might put them more in the evil category. So actually, Sean, what's your opinion on Shinuyama? This is something like, what do you think we can get away with? I mean, we're probably going to try to roleplay them as not a totally honorless group of goblins.
We are technically neutral because we used to be slaves to only demons. We overthrew them, and we haven't really enslaved humans, but we are actually using them as recruits, like recruitable bandits, I believe.
Uh-huh.
And the lesser goblins are pretty much like, I guess, what peasants would be in Sengoku Jedi.
Uh-huh.
We are more like the later daimos, I guess, something like that. So we're mostly neutral.
Okay, well that's good because I plan to roleplay us not as totally evil. So I'm probably going to respond to man that we are siding on the side of the living for now. For me, I think Asphodel is the biggest threat, dwarf comic. I know that he won the first game, and a lot of people have mentioned that. I mean, if you saw the first season of this, the 4-player version with just Das Tactic, Dwarf Comic, Wadestar, and Sabouts, you'll know that Dwarf Comic he won, and he used some pretty stealthy strategy to do so. So I think that he's a real threat, which is why I would like to stand with the side of the living. Plus, the side of the living is more people anyways, right? There's 5 living and 2 not. So let's go with the 5.
Don't trust the dastardly goatmen.
Yeah, this dwarf comic guy. I mean, I don't know what his pretender's name is. I haven't figured out. Anyways, this is Vanheim, which is Wadestar. So he has a nice role-playing thing. This one's a bit long. I left it on the screen. Hopefully you can just pause and read this one to yourself. But essentially he's saying that Fafnir, his god, is the true god, and everyone else can just... Let's see, he says, tend to your own people and we will attend to you. But he's kind of saying in this message that we should let him take all of the thrones, which we're willing to side with him for, a small amount of time, but ultimately we don't want to give up those thrones. Those are for Tortuga-san, which is our god's name. We have my message, and then the last one we have is just from Asphodel. Greetings, I admire your love of the wilds. I wish you well. So this is nice. He's setting us up for the backstab, no doubt, right?
Friends.
That's right. We have man Bishop Petter, the Castellan, is now prophet. We have Olm, who is Battle Moose. Conrad, the commander. We have Agartha, so this is Marcus Aurelius, Birdie Bot, yeah, the cave captain. I think he's taking usernames. I will also be, but I don't have mine in quite yet. Asphodel, we have Urist McHorny, the Minotaur Lord.
Okay, that one has to be, or that's either he came up with himself or he got someone to request it.
Yeah, I think with Dwarf Comics' sense of humor, that might be something that he created himself.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Good.
Vanheim, we have, good God, Jodvig the hearse.
I don't think this one was named.
I don't know. See, I suspect Wadestar is going to be doing such a good job with the role-playing, the same way I'm requesting names that are Japanese in theme. I think he will be doing the same thing, so we won't be able to tell if his are original or his own or game-generated. And then, of course, we have Tortgeda Shongen, which is, I mentioned, supposed to be a runoff of Takeda Shingen. It's close enough. Maybe people will recognize it. I don't think so. And this is the most important thing of all. We talked about how misfortune can be bad in our Pretender creation videos, so I guess it's just a real surprise this last event. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's actually pretty amazing given the fact that it's turn 2 and we took misfortune.
Yeah, and so we have there's like several reasons why this is pretty unusual and very good luck for us. I feel like God, I love playing on Llama server. I was joking before that it doesn't appear like my computer gives me very good seeds for random numbers, and I have just had, despite taking misfortune, we are having all the good luck in this game so far. So we took order 3, which should decrease the chance of events. On top of that, we took misfortune, which means uh, even though it's like only a what -1% the event chance, so it's really not that big of a deal. But the events that happen should be minus or like 15% more negative, right?
Yes.
And not only did we get an event, we got a positive one. So this is just I don't know if there's such a thing as karma in this game, then we can expect a lot of bad luck in the future because we pretty much are using up all our good luck in the beginning.
Oh, that's this cynical way to look at it.
Yeah, if you, I,
There's-
I think we've all played XCOM and we've all been so jaded against random number generation at some point. So,
The key is not to look down and realize you're walking on air.
yeah.
maybe
So let's just
maybe
run
it's
with it.
just good karma for being the good guys.
That's right. We're gonna be good. So we deserve that.
Exactly.
Okay, so in this second turn, the important difference with the first one is now that we can actually get a general idea of what is around us. I think it just makes sense to keep sending our scout down the peninsula. So I'll do that first. We do have Yukinaga, excuse me. And what should we do with him? One of the great things about him is he's immortal. So that means if he dies in our dominion, which is here and here besides our home, and here. So any of these 3 places we can send him, and if he dies, he comes back. So do we send him out on a suicide mission, or do we send him out with an army, knowing that, okay, you don't want to lose your army on turn 2. That doesn't seem like a good idea, but we have this. He's somewhat expendable because he won't actually be expended.
Yeah.
Yep. As long as he goes into friendly dominion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. With these 3, we have 3 places that have friendly dominion.
Um.
I would suggest that we send Yukinaga to the Northwest Province to check out exactly how many heavy cavalry they have there.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't have a big number of heavy cavalry, we can probably just, since we can script him on just going there and retreating, and then he'll retreat back to the home province on the next turn. If we decide to attack this province, we can just right now hire units and give it to Yukinaga when he comes back, and he can just go storm those heavy cavalries.
Okay. Sam, do you agree with that?
Yep.
Okay, so we will
Because-
just go ahead.
Yeah, because. Because I'm pretty sure we could take on heavy cavalry as long as it's not more than what we see over there.
I grabbed the wrong guy.
Oh, that would have been bad.
Yeah. Alright, so let's set his orders to just retreat. Do we need to do anything else, or is that it?
Yes, you need to move him at the back of the battlefield.
Okay, good point.
Yep.
Does
Just
it help putting him in the corners?
No, because he's already at the leftmost.
Okay.
Yeah. Try to have them hold for a turn. Just to curious, because there is always the chance you run into wizards.
And what would holding do?
It would let us see. It would maybe let us see if they're gonna summon up elementals, if there's wizards over there.
Okay. So you think that even if it says heavy cavalry, there could be a wizard among leading them?
There's a slight chance.
Like a micro chance.
Well, I think it won't be a problem to hold anyways. Our guy's probably not going to, what's one turn. First of all, even if he dies, it doesn't matter because that's friendly dominion anyway. But very unlikely, I'd say. Okay, so that's that. We have over here militia, light infantry, archers, 50. That's a sizable number. We have here some woodsmen blowpipe. These guys are relatively easy to dispatch, right?
Pretty weak. Just
Yeah.
they're pretty much Zelda from Zelda. Bunch of links.
Yeah, but this is one also looks very easy. Militia, light infantry, archers. Our Obakemono can really absorb those hits, I think. So I wouldn't be too afraid to go up against this because they'd overrun. They wouldn't take much damage from the archers, and they'd overrun these smaller units, right?
Yeah.
40 is actually a few, though.
Yeah, let's go for the. I guess go for the woodsman first, just because they
I'd go
seem.
for the woodsman too.
Okay.
Because
yeah. It gives us good resources if we gain that province,
Yeah.
too.
there's always the chance that your guys will die, and we'd want them to at least take one territory before that happens.
Okay. Also, how are the Bone Tribe up here? Aren't they... I can't...
They're quite
weak.
tough.
Are they? Okay. I couldn't remember if they were weak or tough. I don't remember.
The thing about them is that they can berserk, which makes them hard to rout, and given that your troops are good morale but won't be huge in number because you're going to be spreading them out among many expansion parties, it's probably best if you be careful of them.
Okay, well, I already wanted to... I mean, I didn't want to go up there because that's wasteland anyway, so... yeah, this is exactly what I was thinking to do as well. Okay, so now the last thing we have to do is get our Uba set up for some research. And I think we'll go down the... We're going down the enchantment path, right? For...
Yeah.
Flaming arrows.
Flaming arrows, yes. Okay. Okay, so good. So we'll just start getting an enchantment. God, I gotta go all the way to the bottom.
Time we will get raised skeletons for our Ubas to use.
Okay. Where's
Raised
raised skeleton?
You can just press D, so you will filter all the spells by death.
Got it.
Raised skeleton should be level
3.
Yeah, level 3, and then at level 5 you have horde of skeletons, which is a stronger version of the spell.
Yep. You also have Raised Dead at level 4, which is a nice spell.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. What does this one do?
It will summon a bunch of undead corpses, the soul list.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, we'll be doing some death magic. We're somewhat good guys.
We're good.
We are doing bad things. It's not the ends. The means justifies. No, sorry. The ends justifies the means. Right. That's should be our backup motto.
It wasn't your corpse.
We just get sad about our friends die in battle, so we want to give them honor by letting them fight one more time.
Yeah. This is a friendly thing. It's like one last party. Okay,
Go
now
hug the enemy.
I'll probably be sending these messages, but I won't be composing them on the screen here. But we'll definitely be responding to man. I'll probably be responding to all 3 of these, and I think we'll get some more people involved in the role playing at the end of this turn. So at the beginning of next, which will be fun to see. Now, did we miss anything on this turn?
Tortuga, did you assign the units?
I didn't recruit yet.
The units.
I didn't do that either. So. Let's. I guess I did.
No, you haven't assigned the units. Like
got it. Yes, we need. I guess we need all these guys in the same thing. Good. Thank you for reminding me of that. I kind of want the stupid spearmen to die. Is this a sufficient way of making sure these guys to move back to get these guys killed first? Is that okay to do?
Yeah, you could either do it this way. It's good. Both this way is good, or you could put them straight behind the square of the stupid guys.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I like when they pile up more. You just want to make sure they're far enough back. And the archers, are they good there? You think?
The archers are gonna be basically, if they survive, that is, they're just gonna add more arrows to flaming arrows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
they're okay. I mean, you're not gonna cry over them dying.
Yeah.
And then his orders are probably gonna be just hold and stay behind.
No. He's your prophet.
Oh, spell. Yeah. Okay. Good. So what are we casting here? Probably. Sermon of Courage first?
Yeah, twice, and then the rest of it should be Smite.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Smite is so good.
Do you want a small summary why we're casting those spells?
Yeah, it's good to do. I think people might be interested.
So Summon of Courage will give +1 morale to whoever it hits, but will make our units a bit harder to rout when they see their friends die. The reason we're only scripting it twice is because after 2 turns, the units will be too far away from our prophet for him to cast it anymore. And lastly, Smite is like a long range nuke. It's a one unit nuke, but it deals about 30 damage and has 100 precision. So it's actually very precise.
Okay.
And that's basically why.
I'll save that one as well. Okay, so now we have a good-looking army going in. Thank you. I'm just really... I probably would double check those things off camera before actually ending the turn and sending the file into Llama server, but yeah, it's a good catch because people might be interested in knowing how I would set that up. Okay, at this point, is there anything more that we need to do for this turn?
Yeah, let's recruit some units.
Yep.
Yes, thank you. I even mentioned it, but okay. So now probably another Uba.
Mm-hmm.
And let's get as many of these as we can and then see how many we can... we'd have to get rid of 3. No, probably not worth it. Let me just get 2 of these guys. No, actually, at this point, do we go to the Longbowmen?
You could go to the Longbowmen and just use them as basically what you could do is you could recruit Longbowmen as many as you can and recruit Bakemonos. The Bakemonos are going to act as a front line, and the Longbowmen you can just start stacking them as simply Longbowmen.
Right. Now, the Longbowmen will actually they can actually kill our own Bakemono, though. The Dai Bakemono Longbowmen, they can kill the Bakemonos, right? Friendly fire.
The Longbowmen?
Yeah, our Dai Bakemono Longbowmen.
Yeah, he technically can, but
if I was to do this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sean, you were saying the Longbowmen or the Swordsman?
I'd get the Longbowmen now, I guess.
Okay, because we did this in the first turn. The reason why we did that is just because we were going to pair them with the melee units anyways, the undisciplined ones. So there was no point in taking the Longbowmen because they wouldn't hold their own rank. They wouldn't be a separate group. But now I guess that ultimately our army is going to be more Longbowmen than actual these Nodachi swordsmen. Now they both have Nodachis. The comparison is almost the same, except for these guys have 1 missing point of attack skill and 1 missing point of strength. Is that the difference?
Defense, I think.
So 15, 11, 11 versus 16, 11, 12. So it's 1 attack strength.
1 more magic resist, I think.
Oh, okay. 12 versus 11. Okay, good point as well. So strength and defense and magic resistance are all lowered by 1 for these, and the benefit they get for that is having the longbow. So they're pretty darn good fighters still in melee, but just you do have to sacrifice something to carry a longbow with you.
Yep.
All right.
It's not really a hard trade, though.
Yeah, I've had... So in the initial comments for the announcement videos, somebody was mentioning that their own opinion was we should do these. I would say that whichever one you pick is fine. That it's not about min-maxing to such a degree that, God, you're rolling the dice on your table next to the keyboard just to make sure one is better than the other. I think that's a little too absurd. They're both really good units.
It matters what you want them to do because one is better at charging forward and hitting things, obviously, and the other one can sit with your archers and fire. So it matters what you want out of them, I would say.
I think that we definitely want the archers because we have this nice meat shield, and it's very nice to have good archers to support them.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Again, now the question is there anything else left to do?
We're out of gold. We set our research. We recruited units, and I think it's pretty much we're good for this turn.
Okay. Well, very good. Then we will call this episode to a close. Since this is the first episode in the series, just to improve the Google search, YouTube search results, if you wouldn't mind pressing the like button or pressing the thumbs up, those of you who are veterans of my channel know I never ask that again, but beyond the first, just for the first episode. So I greatly appreciate that. Also, of course, if you're interested in more Dominions 4 content, you should check out I Seen You Before's channel. That's basically, he has that. You have Battle Brothers. You have some, let's see. I'm trying to remember the other. Do you have Conquest of Elysium on there?
No, we actually never got around recording it because the games ended up being too. It was planned at one point, but it never got implemented, basically.
I see. But they do have Dominions 4 and Battle Brothers, and is there some other content that you have or will have by the time this video goes live?
By the time this video goes live, we'll probably have some older games, Constructor, enough Constructor HD coming out.
Uh-huh.
And we're also planning to get maybe Heroes of Might and Magic 2 out as well. But the channel is mainly about Dominions at the moment. We do have some tutorials. That's what's pretty popular about the channel. And thanks to your suggestion, Tortuga, I think I might try to do a complete basic tutorial about Dominions 4 so people can have an idea of what we're doing on there.
Yeah, I think that's always helpful to have nice walkthrough tutorials so that people can... they don't feel as intimidated getting into the game. So look for that on I Seen You Before's channel. Thanks to Sam for helping out. Again, if you don't mind, pressing the like button just for the first episode. And with that, we'll bring this first one to a close. I'm really excited about the series, so I'll see you back for episode 2 soon. And until then, thanks for watching and take care.